Going to change the tyre on here. First thing we're going to do is put the chain down into the smallest sprocket, which is the highest gear. So I'm just going to drop that down there. That just makes taking the wheel out a lot easier. And then just we're going to break the bead so where it just sticks to the rim. Same that side. Just push the bead back, and all we want is a tyre lever under there. And then tyre off.
Hey presto. There you go.
There you go. Right, the rotation's that way. There's the tread pattern. Doesn't really look different either way, but that's the rotation. So what we do, have the wheel there at the back as it's going forward, rotation that way. Drop the rim, the bead in. We'll just get that side on first. Hands are a bit cold this morning. Get the inner tube, we'll just give that a wipe. Mr. Tacky, come down and see us. We'll inflate the just flake that into shape.
And do a few star jumps. I'm freezing.
Drop that into the valve hole. Tyre over. Feed the inner tube into the tyre. The tube onto the rim. Might have to let just a little bit of air out. Right, I start at the valve, but some people start opposite. So we just work the tyre on. Give the valve a press up so the tube's inside the tyre and not wedged between the rim and the tyre. Now if that's struggling going on, we just work the tyre into the well of the rim. Oh, gloves. Quite a tight one this morning. Right, put some air in.
Matron.
Yeah. That's just the air releasing out of the hose.
Let's get it on
Close the valve off. Lock ring.
Do it yourself now. Seen this.
I'll send him the video and then he knows how to do it. I can always sell him the tools.
He just doesn't want to do it.
Sell him the tools, yeah.
Right. Drop the wheel back in, so put the sprocket through there. We want the chain onto the smallest sprocket. and that just drops. Line the disc up with the pads and we're in.
You.
Another happy. So when we spin the wheel, there's a slight up and down, and if we look at the bead in here, it just disappears under the rim, so it's not seated. So we can either let the air out and put a bit of soapy water and then repump it, or we can just inflate it a bit more and hopefully it'll push that. Hopefully it just pushes this out here. You can just, I don't know if you can see with the camera, but the beading goes under the rim and then comes back out here. It may pop out, it's a cold morning. Trying to see it. There it goes.
Yay.
Popped out.
That's it.
Made me jump. So we're going to change the front tyre as well. Knobby nicks for the winter time. So with the front wheel, when we undo it, the wheel won't fall out. Safety feature. So we have to hold one end and actually give this a few turns, and that drops out. It's because there's a little lip on the fork there to stop the wheel coming out.
Did you know in the Tour de France they used to shave those off for quick release?
Quick release, yeah.
Yeah. That's illegal now.
Yeah.
You've got to have them on.
Yeah. You learn something every day here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's when they take the bike, when they take the wheels off and they're changing them over. It just shows those little, just sort of, they come straight off.
Yeah. This is an easy one to come off. So we're taking the knobby nick off.
Is that worn out then, do
Put
you
a
think?
slightly wider one on.
One's wider.
Oh, right, okay.
So I can fall off more gracefully.
Right, we'll have your tyre, Davo.
That one unfolded better than the other one.
Yeah. So we've got rotation on there again, both the same tyres. There's not a difference front and back. Disc on the left, looking forward. Also, a couple of options we can do where the valve hole is. We can put Schwalbe or knobby nick, or you can even have the tyre pressure. So every time if you're running more than one bike,
Probably a bit more like.
in case you're wondering, that's a Park Tool pump with a SKS handle, if anyone's asking. Same again, valve in the hole, tyre over.
Up and get a cup of coffee, I think.
You going in for coffee, are you?
Yeah, not too much.
So while you come here on a Saturday, you can the Gate Pub is quite handy for a coffee, bacon sandwich, beer garden in the summer, and Dave, you bring your daughter here
Yeah.
in the garden. See, it's nice and frosty up there this morning.
I tell you what, it's lovely down there in the sun.
Yeah, it's nice. Good for the kids.
Interesting, any cyclists go by this morning. Might be a bit The roads are quite icy actually.
There's still birds in there.
In the Avery,
Yeah.
I haven't heard any.
I think they're probably locked inside at the moment.
No, there's normally birds in there, but nothing about today.
Just heard one.
So just push the beading of the tyre into the well of the rim. That should give you an extra little hands are a bit cold this morning. Make sure the valve is seated. PSI, Dave.
That'll do.
It's not popped out there, it's not seated. You can see the line all the way around. Then it goes under. I can see it coming. It might want a bit of washing up liquid on there. That's going to go in a sec. There it goes.
That's it.
You can hear it, don't jump. There's just a little bit more, I think. Not quite seated. There it goes.
Beauty.
That had 60 psi before that popped out. Well, Dave's got no excuses now to go riding tomorrow. I hear it's going to be a dry but cold day. Ideal conditions.
Yeah, right. It's cold.